Welcome to the second installment of this two-part video series, where we continue to examine the final 3 of 10 amazing predictions made by Nikola Tesla back in 1926 during an historical interview with Collier's magazine. If you haven't yet watched part 1 of this video, we strongly recommend that you circle back and study the first 7 predictions he made to get a better understanding of the context and fully appreciate the relevance of this video. Prediction 8. Domestic heat, light and mechanics run by wireless power. When Tesla spoke of heat, light and mechanics in the home being powered wirelessly, it may have sounded far-fetched, yet if we look at any modern house or admire the smart homes now being built to standard, the echoes of Tesla's prophecy are everywhere. Had Tesla's Wardenclyffe Towers been allowed to manifest his dream as intended, then today's smart home ecosystem would most surely be running seamlessly on the invisible supply of wireless telecoms and electrical current his New York tower had successfully started to broadcast across the Atlantic, instead of the continued use of the old-fashioned cabling connected to our homes to this day. Imagine if today's electric vehicles could run indefinitely for thousands of miles by continuously drawing power directly from Tesla's invisible transmission of wireless electricity worldwide. In spirit, Tesla was right. He foresaw our houses alive with remotely controlled autonomous function. He just assumed that we'd eventually escape our reliance upon the archaic monopoly of metered energy derived from the same coal, oil, and copper resources that capitalists secured decades ago. Prediction 9. Geothermal and solar renewables. Tesla's vision for our ability to adopt renewable energy sources that nature has always provided our Earth with was also ahead of its time for his era. His comments about tapping the Earth's internal heat and harvesting solar processes clearly describe the geothermal, wind, tidal, and solar infrastructures that now power millions of homes and businesses around the world. Not only has it become normal to see photovoltaic cells on the roofs of houses and occupying land, but wind turbines scatter the land and accompany wave farms at sea. And although they help to power the old grid of wires and cables we've discussed, his concept of capturing renewable energy from the earth has definitely come to life. Prediction 10. When woman is boss. Tesla predicted a major role reversal involving gender authority over future societies, in which our world would be led by women. His framing may have been a little clunky, but he was correct to predict a rise in women's education, intellect, awareness, and leadership. Nearly a century on, more women than ever run Fortune 500 companies, dominate research labs, and lead nations. Female leaders now excel in courts of law, sports arenas, construction, engineering, science, and technical trades, mastering spheres of professional life that were once locked away by patriarchal tradition. Tesla's forecast was not fantasy when you consider the realistic rebalancing of roles is still unfolding, to the point that a new frontier of the influencer economy has emerged. For many, this has reshaped the meaning of women's rights and womanhood in general, to the point that Tesla's prediction that this new sex order would eventually become so exaggerated after being stifled for so long that it may choke traditional expectations of marriage and motherhood in favor of careers built on mass influence, independence, and superficial attention. So although society hasn't quite flipped completely into a world of female dominance, there are now more industries and income streams that women do indeed dominate in their own right. A couple of predictions Tesla did get wrong. One of the only claims in Collier's interview that Tesla seems to have misjudged was specifically his warning that earthquakes would grow more frequent, which modern science shows isn't historically accurate, despite the fear-mongering of mainstream media. And in the name of science and transparency, we must also address the full context of Tesla's broad-spectrum legacy, warts and all, by acknowledging that he sometimes used mechanical metaphors, where he believed that orders of superiority within nature would be arranged like a machine, which he compared to the evolution of human society having to adopt a literal beehive psychology in which purposeful workers devote their services to a central figure to form a perfect nuclear, albeit communist purpose. But humans are not bees. We are a different sort of software and hardware altogether. People should no more be likened to bees than we are birds pecking the eyes from a dead body, or packs of wolves howling at the moon. This brings us to the darker side of Tesla's comments at the end of that interview, in which he briefly referenced eugenics and sterilization laws that reflect ideas that were once frowned upon and practically illegal. Nowadays, the concept of eugenics has become universally condemned as part of our modern outlook on life. Although Nikola Tesla was officially recognized as an inventor, electrical engineer, and physicist, does the fact that all 10 predictions he made have mostly come true also define him as a prophet? In many ways, yes. He foresaw some of the most crucial technologies that knit our world together: instant video communication, immersive media, autonomous vehicles, flying cars, smart houses, and renewable energy. So to conclude, no less than 10 of the major predictions Tesla made in that historic Collier's interview back in 1926 have either come true, or almost definitely would have, had his unique vision not been suppressed by negative forces in some way. This fact alone makes one larger truth about his genius undeniable. His imagination was electric. Not only did it allow his mind to see into the future, but his visions enabled him to practically contribute to the shaping of the future, or what we now experience as our physical reality, our modern world. If you found this insight into Tesla's life interesting, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to see more like it.